Greetings, productive programmers. So now we are ready to build the initial application for our blog application, which will be a medium.com like clone that'll allow us to post user stories and have users comment to those stories. And we're going to implement authentication, and we're going to demonstrate several database concepts as we've previously discussed in the overview of this application course. So to start off, we are on a completely blank canvas. If you have not already done the installation steps for Phoenix and LiveView, then you'll want to do those in the free version of my Phoenix crash course, because the Phoenix LiveView crash course demonstrates how to do the installation steps for setting up your environment to use Elixir in Phoenix and LiveView. But if you've already done that, then you are ready to go, and you can begin by building your application by doing mix phoenix.new. And we are going to call this our blog. So I'll run this command and it will do all the initialization steps for our application. We can just hit yes to our dependencies here. And once this is installed, which will take a few minutes, then we'll go ahead and we'll change directories into our blog application, which you can see that it's building here. So these are just like all of the other steps that we've seen before when we initialize our applications. Very simple, changing into our working application directory. So once you are in your Phoenix LiveView application and it has been initialized, then just a reminder, as we demonstrated in our previous lesson for this course, when you go inside your application, you can open up the config folder and go to the dev.exs. This is where you will configure your password and any other information that you need to change, like your username, as well as your host name as well. These could all be relevant database settings that you may need to tweak, particularly for you. Might need to change the password. For me, I use the password Postgres by default, so that way I can just build these tutorials very easily and I don't have to worry about changing the password, but you may need to change this here. So just a reminder to configure your database if needed. And the next step after doing that is to make sure that your database is configured correctly. You can do mix ecto create, and this will create your database for you. Of course, this will take a couple minutes, so be patient, and then once this is done, you will be ready to fire up your Phoenix application. After your database for your blog has been created, then you can go ahead and just verify that you have the correct version of Phoenix installed and that everything is working by doing IEX space -S as in Sierra, mix Phoenix server. And again, as you know, I tend to just call it Phoenix even though it's PHX. So that way it's just I just use the word Phoenix and that's how I'll refer to it, just for simplicity, because that's how I read it. And then you can open this up in your browser at localhost port 4000, and you should see that Phoenix version 1.7 is loaded. Now, we don't have anything going on with our application right now. This is just simply to make sure that our application loads correctly, which is an indication to us that our database is functioning correctly in all of our configurations, as well as we are using the correct version of Phoenix, and we are up and running. And we are now ready to begin building out all the complexity for our blog application. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how quickly and easily you can create authentication with Phoenix in just a few short seconds, actually. So I'll see you over in the next lesson where we continue this discussion and we start building all of the pieces and components for our blog application.